What's up, Tudorinos? Welcome back to the Game Addicts podcast, a show where we talk about the modern and retro videos, games that we play and collect. I am this podcast player one, Brando, and joining me here today is podcast player two, Mike.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, and now your face is covered with something because I had to screen share with you. So there we go. There we go.
I was like looking, I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of forgot to do that before we started. But anyway, Mike, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah, doing good here today as well. This is episode 122 of the podcast. Rolling on right along here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. For every single one of you who subscribes to us on your favorite podcast service, no matter where that is. We're all over the place. Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, many more. Chrome. You can get us on GameBacksPodcast.com. Thank you for subscribing, listening to us, and digesting us however you do. It makes us so glad to see so many of you following along and downloading the show and being a part of the show. That makes us feel good. Mike,
Yes.
It's been about a week since we talked. Literally, it was about maybe a day after we ended up linking up and talking. We had some news. We had some big news. Huge news. The biggest news. Bigly news.
I tell you, it is the biggest news of all time.
Yeah, this news is absolutely, game changing. I don't know how else to say it. Anyway.
Are we starting with that one?
We are starting with that one.
the
We're going
big
right
boy?
into this.
Okay.
We're going right into
I'll
this.
let you present it, and then I will try not to nerd out too much on what this can do for us. Because this is literally, if they've done what they say that they have done, this would quite literally change absolutely all of our technology within a year. Probably not a year, probably more like 3, but I'll let you go before I start my thing.
So there was a joint announcement about a new collaboration between Sony and Microsoft in terms of video games. Of course, Sony, PlayStation, Microsoft, Xbox. These are big rivals. First we had Sega and Nintendo, the biggest video game rivals that you've ever seen. And then, it kind of changed. Sega sort of imploded. That's putting it nicely.
Right.
But that's putting it nicely. And Xbox got in the race and really, really got really competitive with Sony over the last probably 15 years. You think, right? Probably longer than that, since 2002, so 17 years. Wow, 17 years. So, man, they're now working together, but they're working together with a specific, on a specific thing. And what is that? And they announced a new partnership that will see them team up to enhance customer experience in their direct-to-consumer entertainment platforms and AI solutions, which will feature collaboration on new cloud-based solutions for gaming experiences. More specifically, under the memorandum signed by the two companies, Microsoft and Sony will explore joint development of future cloud solutions in Microsoft Azure to support their respective game and content streaming services. Pretty much, the two parties will explore the use of Microsoft Azure data center based solutions for Sony's games and content streaming. So basically, Sony's like, hey, you know what? We spent all that money on Gaikai. The Sony network kind of sucks, especially when you compare it to Xbox Live, and that's kind of the way it's always been. PS3 we didn't have to pay for it, so it was like, hey, I'm not gonna bitch about something that's free, but now with the PS4 and all this era, we have had to pay for it. It has improved, but it's still lacking. Games take longer to download on on the PlayStation. The stores look cumbersome. It just takes a while to load. And then of course their streaming service, which we don't actually have Xbox streaming service out yet. We have their Game Pass you download, but on PlayStation streaming service it works. The games work when they load. Sometimes you'll go to load a game and it'll just be like, I don't know what you want to do there, pal. I want to load Saints Row 4. I can't do that right now.
Okay.
And it's like, how about now? No. Well, okay, I'll go play Farming Simulator then, you asshole. So then you go play Farming Simulator for a while, and then you come back. It's like, will you work yet? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I'll work now. And it's been like 20 minutes. But PS Now, when it works, it's good. It's okay. It's nothing earth-shattering. But I think that they really want to up their game. And, of course, Xbox is touting they want their Xbox. They want you to play games streamed everywhere. Your phone, laptops, computers, tablets, other consoles that will allow it. Your TV, anywhere that you can hook up a controller to. They want you to be able to play Xbox games there via their streaming service. And, of course, we heard for something very similar to that with Google Stadia's announcement, which that came out while you were out on your leave. Like from your surgery. So I covered that alone, but they were showcasing their specs. This is how this is going to run and everything. And part of me thinks, because then we also heard a rumor a few days after this that Nintendo's teaming up with Microsoft for their streaming stuff too, that these two companies are kind of teaming up, and we made a joke about crossing the streams to take on a new enemy.
Yeah.
But there's something that Microsoft wants out of this, and something that may be tied in a way to PlayStation's new touting game-changing for consoles. And in fact, at all, if this is the way it is, and how quickly and how they're going to integrate a custom SSD into the motherboard.
So I'm reading this now. The entire hard drive is an SSD. It does not have an HDD. So that is the difference. I thought it was increasing the HDD, but no, it's
utilizing SDD to integrate the games, and this is not just an SSD plugged into the motherboard. It's integrated.
It is the motherboard, essentially.
Yeah. And so that increases the load times, increases image processing.
Right.
Going back and forth. And it says in this report with them teaming up that one of the things, Sony's interested in Microsoft cloud technology. However, Microsoft looks to integrate Sony's cutting-edge image sensors with Microsoft's Azure AI technology, which still, even with just using SSDs are getting cheaper and cheaper anyway. As we go, into the future of technology, eventually they're going to become standard.
Most motherboards now for a computer come with two M2 SSD slots, depending on the size of the board. Obviously, if you get like the extra large one, some of them could potentially come with 3, but like your standard board, which is what most people buy, it's 2 for the M2, which is almost exactly what Sony has done, but it literally is wired into the board. Like I can remove mine, you cannot remove theirs.
Right.
But the problem with this is that all there is? if there's only the SSD and you get 1 terabyte, and these games now like Red Dead are 1.2 or 125 gigabytes, well, you're only putting about 8 on there.
Yeah, and
So how is this going to work?
if
Because
I'm
the
if I'm going to
thing
be
that
honest,
I have here,
go ahead.
it says that obviously it would have a SSD rather than an HD that's built into the motherboard and delivers massive performance boosts. The company revealed the PS5 would feature faster chips, including a octa-core AMD Ryzen processor built on a 7nm Zen 2 microculture. That's just the amount of speed the platform it's on, with a Radeon Navi GPU that supports ray tracing. That's a big that's a big deal, but are we going to make it to where we have to do kind of what Xbox is doing, where you plug in your hard drive to USB?
Mm-hmm.
Because in this age, in this era, games are getting so, I mean, we're looking at 4K. This is going to be 8K capable. Consider this. I'm trying to think how to word this. Red Dead is 2K, full 2K, or full 4K. It's doing 125. What happens when they come out with an 8K?
Mm-hmm.
You're doubling that. So essentially, you're not really doubling it, but you're talking about a massive amount of hard drive space for one game. You know, let's say it is doubled. That's 250 gigabytes of space that you have now taken up of only a terabyte. This is a great idea, Sony. I absolutely love it. This is something that we could potentially see. He just keeps sitting here meowing at me. That we can see that's going to change gaming. You know, have these integrated in here into our motherboards of all of our computers. But you got to give us something more. I'm hoping that they give us, like they do with the PS4,
Mm-hmm.
or the PS4. You have the ability to change out the hard drive. I'm hoping that they have the ability to add a hard drive to this.
Now, what I was going to say before.
Before I went on my rant.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't a really a rant per se, but what I was going to say before is that I can kind of see it only being a terabyte because they want this thing to be about $500. So when you're going to put an SSD thing in there, you're going to put an SSD hard drive in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You go any more bigger than a terabyte, you're raising that price up. So they're going to be looking to keep this thing around $500. I guarantee you.
Which is great, but the problem is that you've got to think about the future. You're wanting this to be 8K.
Sure.
You've got to give us that space.
Well,
or at least for me personally, yeah, that's fine. Make the 1 terabyte one, but I'm more keen to buy like a 2 terabyte one or a 3 terabyte one, because I don't like deleting my games. Because if I want to go back and play, let's say Dragon Age Inquisition, well, it's deleted off mine because I haven't played it in 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. I have to put it back on there. Well, I have to delete something else to put it on there. So I don't like that personally.
No, I agree with you. I just kind of feel like they're gonna, like, I would love for them to have a 2 terabyte option, have a 1 terabyte and a 2 terabyte. That way, people that want either one can get either one. I don't think that they'll do that, but that's what I want. What I think they will do is do like you said. You'll be able to plug in another hard drive, and what that will probably do is that you're going to be able to switch games from one hard drive to another. Like we said earlier today when we were talking today, that does take time to to switch that. However, with this,
y'all.
yeah, you did. You completely threw off my train of thought.
It's the last two paragraphs in that, or last two lines in that I was wanting to say.
But I'm thinking that if you do get another hard drive, so that way you can get a cheaper hard drive. You can probably get an 8 gigabyte HDD, right? To store your games on for when you're not.
What an 8 gigabytes going to do for anybody.
I meant terabyte, 8 terabyte. My bad. 8 terabyte HDD, and just to store the games on. And then when you want to play a certain amount of them, you would move them over to the integrated STD. That does take time. Yes, that does take time for you to move that over. But to the trade-off, you drag and drop it over, whatever you do for the PS5. Move to STD, move to HDD, whatever. So you drag and drop, you go take a shit, you go take a shower, do some goddamn chores around the house, do your dishes, whatever, right? Do some adulting during this period. For kids, go do your chores, damn it.
Go now.
Yeah. If you're in college, study, take this time to study. And, right. So, yes, I mean, we already live in a time where we have to wait for the damn things to install anyway. What I would like to see is that if we have that option, right? If you have two hard drives plugged in and you have one integrated and one not, that when you slide the disk in, it'll ask you, where do you want to install this?
Hopefully.
That would be nice because then,
currently it'll just like on a PC, assuming that it's going to be very similar to a PC because let's face it, most game consoles now, especially this generation, is very similar to PCs. It basically just said you will allocate what your primary hard drive is, and that's where it's going to go. And then when that's full, it'll say, well, this is full. You want to put it here now. Whatever storage device Z is full. Hard drive Z is full. Please install into a different hard drive is what it'll end up doing. I hope you're right. I do, but I'm not. I'm not sold yet on it 100% because I got to see what they're going to do with this.
Yeah.
Depending on what they drop first, I may wait. This will be one of the first times I've waited on a console. It's just, I don't know if I'm willing to sink $600 in, and I already have that here.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't wait if FF7 were exclusive to PS5. No.
Or The Last of Us.
Right. Which I don't think that's going to be. I think Last of Us will be a PS4 game.
They said that they were going to be that Final Fantasy VII will be PS4, and that
Last of Us
is PS4.
I don't think we've seen anything that has been PS5 yet.
No.
I think, like we said, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Last of Us, FF7, just to throw that in there. Those are PS4 games, and we just don't have them out yet.
They have stated that they are coming out for PS4.
And I think we will have those before the PS5 launch.
I hope so.
I think we will. But back to what we're talking about, because the thing that you sent me that threw me off was saying that they were looking to make PlayStation the best place to play while leveraging latest computing, streaming, cloud, and 5G technologies. We actually talked about how this integration would make processing faster, which could also increase the processing in-house for streaming over 5G, utilizing all these technologies together to make PlayStation. And of course, Xbox has looked at the same thing. And Nintendo, if that rumor's true, which I have no doubt, I mean, all Xbox probably wants out of a Nintendo is to be like, can we put some stuff on your Switch, like Forza, and they already put Cuphead on there,
Yeah,
and then
their relations are good.
Yeah, so I mean, how cool would it be if Xbox is like, hey, you know what? You could probably do the Xbox streaming service on the Switch. Obviously that would have to be Wi-Fi, but just imagine being able to not have to buy an Xbox, have a Switch, and play Halo Infinite on your Switch
on the go.
Well, you wouldn't be able to play it on the go because I said it'd be Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah. Well, I think a good idea if once the 5G technology kind of hits everywhere, like on our cell phone towers and stuff, I think it'd be really cool for you to, for whatever the next Switch entry, because obviously you're talking about years for them to integrate this into our cell phone towers. So I think it'd be cool. Let's say the next iteration of the Switch, whatever it is, the doorknob. We're gonna call it the doorknob. We got a light switch and a doorknob. That they do something with this 5G, like maybe an add-on where you have a Switch style console, because I'm assuming that as well as the Switch is selling, well, the next, usually what Nintendo does is they go another step, but they put all their gimmicks into the last one from into the new one.
Mhm.
So they've kind of done the Wiimote thing. It's still a thing.
Yeah.
But now they have the Switch, you undock it, redock it. So I'm assuming those things are kind of stick around, but we'll just see a more powerful system with another.
Yeah. I was gonna say they're gonna add something new in there.
Right, but just to have like a add-on where like maybe you set your Switch, it has like a little compartment, kind of like the GameCube did. GameCube had a little docks in it where you could pop it out, slap in your network adapter, and you're good.
Yeah.
Well, what if you started doing that with 5G, to where now you get to go into Verizon and say, "Hey, Verizon, I have this. I want to order it." So you have a Switch. They order you a 5G card that recognizes your number and stuff, and you pop it in there, and guess what? You now can play anywhere that you have cell phone service. You can stream games.
They tried that. Now, granted, this is before.
Yeah, before.
But they tried that with the Vita. There was a 3G version of the Vita.
Yeah.
And you could actually go into, I believe it was Verizon. Go into Verizon, and they had Vitas in stock there because it was something that they sold, and you had to go through Verizon to get it, like to get there, or to be able to get that that plan. And yeah, you could get something that could plug into the USB-C port, like on the bottom.
Yeah, I was just thinking that if everything goes, because with Sony and Nintendo have never had good relations since the fall of the development of the PlayStation, essentially.
Right.
And they've never really gotten along. So maybe Sony has developed something that Nintendo's like, you got me. We're going to have to start talking again. Well, but obviously Microsoft has something that everybody wants, their streaming capability.
And to circle back around, I think that all the companies are seeing what Google's bringing to the table with this Stadia, and that's something that's going to be something different, because all three platforms going forward, we don't know anything about Nintendo's future beyond Switch. We can, like you said, we can conjecture and think, right. But there's no doubt there's still going to be hardware for Nintendo. They're not leaving the hardware industry anytime soon.
Nintendo won't. No.
So we're going to have a next PlayStation. We're going to have a next Xbox. We're going to have dedicated platforms for you to play PlayStation and Xbox games and third-party games as well. There's going to be dedicated spots for that, as well as growing into an economy where you can stream these games anywhere. That's going to become a thing. So I can see this becoming like they don't want Google to come in, because they're going to exist. They're going to come into the whole shebang with these other consoles and exist on a much cheaper level. So it would be in PlayStation's and Nintendo's and Xbox's best interest to get this figured out. And I don't think it's with the announcement of the PlayStation or the Sony agreement with this, that tells me one thing. They see Microsoft has the better streaming platform. They see it, they know it, they want it.
And then with them doing this new imaging technology, I'm assuming that this new iteration of the SSD helps
Mm-hmm.
with that. That they're like, okay, we've got something that you can use. You've got something we can use. We need to do something about Google, because Google is something that you can do anywhere you have internet service. So we're talking Crisis 3 on your cell phone.
The requirements for the download requirements to play in, I believe it was 1080p, was 25 megabits.
Yeah.
25. And 4K wasn't much higher than that. And, and they even said that was being conservative. They said you could probably have lower than that. We were just telling you should have this at minimum to get the best out of it. That's nuts.
And you're looking at Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation, and they're going, "Oh crap!
Yeah,
25 megabytes.
Yeah,
pretty much
for
everybody
download
gets that on their cell phone nowadays, and unless you work where we work, and you get none.
Nothing. Yeah,
but it is a threat, and I see it. And the question is what does Google have? Who does Google have backing this? Are they basically, when I mean backing, I mean what developers are going to put it on there?
Well, if I remember correctly, they are partnering with Ubisoft for sure, because that was during the demo, right?
Yeah, they had, was it
Odyssey on the Chrome, yeah. So you could play it on a web browser. That's how good it was doing, and
they didn't report any problems.
No, it went fine.
They said it was running fine.
Yeah, but
now how's that going to be when there's 10 million people on it?
Well, there were people, you could actually, like, anybody could have went and tried it.
But I'm saying, like, did everyone exactly know where to go? Was it,
well, because by the time I figured
it out,
like, it was over.
Right. I'm saying, like, they know they had a really. I can look up the numbers while you continue on, but they had no problem, like zero issues with this. Mm-hmm. So
I'm gonna look up Google Stadia's partnership.
Okay, but it's really cool that, I mean, there's other streaming companies, like there's Shadow. Shadow had Crisis 3 playing on an iPad, and they were streaming it. And Crisis 3 is not the most demanding game because it's last generation, but that's still a pretty big feat to put something like that on an iPad.
Yeah.
And the fact that Google has something that is, I mean, Google is scaring people. You're not going to see these guys just come together and say, we need to make a better gaming world. No, they're competitors. They're competing for the gamers' money. They want you there. They would rather you there than at the other one. But the fact that they're coming together means Google is a serious threat. But what are you going to do? I mean, it's Google. Everybody has, I don't know anyone that has an iPhone that doesn't have a Google Chrome browser on it. That's just me.
So, as of right now, and then this is just what I could find just on a quick Google search without having to watch the whole damn thing over again, right? Potentially Take-Two could put their games on Stadia. Epic Games.
Epic Games is just trying to get anywhere.
Right. Ubisoft said all of their games would be available on Stadia. Now, will that mean EA games will be on there? I don't know. Because EA likes to, when it's not on a console, they like to pretty much lock you into their own thing, right?
Right.
So, there's a lot of potential for there to be, other publishers and everything like that. So, I can also hear myself on your end.
Okay, try now.
Yep. I think we're good. So, nope. I can hear it.
How can you hear it still? How about now?
I'm not talking right now.
Well, talk.
Well, I am talking. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
So the last thing on this is that when the announcement was made last week, the PlayStation team was caught off guard. They didn't know about it.
Yeah, the whole team didn't know about it.
So Bloomberg is reporting that talks between Microsoft and Sony began last year with Sony's senior management in Tokyo heading up the conversation. There was little involvement from the PlayStation team, and sources familiar with the matter told Bloomberg those in the gaming division of Sony were caught off guard by the news, and that managers had to reassure workers that the next generation console wouldn't be impacted by the collaboration. So the people were a little, what's going on here?
Right.
And of course, we don't know. It says here that we don't know the full details and the nature of the partnership. Oh, this is going to be interesting. We have a visitor.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
He's coming around somehow.
Good luck. Here we go.
He's like, I don't want this here. Throw it away.
Yeah, I was for anybody watching, I'm actually testing out my lighting on my green screen for this episode just to get stuff. How you doing, bud?
We're just playing with again.
Did you take a bath?
I just take a bath.
Yeah. Did you get clean?
I get cleaned.
It's about time.
It's about time.
Yep. Can you say hi to old Mike?
Hi, old Mike.
Hi.
Yep.
How you
And I
doing,
have to
clean
wear
boy?
your headphones.
You want to wear my headphones?
Yep.
All right, we can wear headphones for a minute.
I just want to go again.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But
Yep.
again.
Well, hi, Wyatt.
You're silly.
Yep. I'm your way, and I on my way to bed.
You're on your way to bed.
Yep.
I know.
Remember your name.
Yep. The weekly Wyatt wrap up is what this segment's called.
What did you?
Can you say that?
Gonna
Can you say weekly
weekly
Wyatt
Wyatt
wrap up?
wrap up.
There you go. He said it.
Let's go, sir. We have 30 minutes. What's wrong with ground for gathering? Brushing.
You're just speaking gibberish now, dude.
My most for highlights. Highlights boarding with my birthday. And I'm
I just like how he can speak. He can speak, but then the moment you put a microphone or like when he's playing or anything like that, he just instantly goes to complete gibberish.
He gets excited.
I love you.
I love you. I love you, Mike.
Have you, Wyatt?
Yeah, again.
You're silly.
Yup, I am done.
All right. Well, can you say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Say
Bye.
thanks for listening to the weekly Wyatt wrap up.
Thanks for the leading sitting Wyatt.
Well, that's close.
That's close.
Well, yeah, we'll keep working on that. All right. I need my headphones back.
Okay, you can have them.
All right. Careful. Hold on. Don't get down just yet. All right. Give me 11.
Oh, it was squeezy.
Yeah, squeezy. I love you.
What is that?
What? Oh, that's my Zoom. Yeah, no, you can't touch that. Daddy uses that to record.
Yep.
Yep. All right. I love you.
Yep.
I love you.
See. Mwah. Goodbye.
I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Yeah, you boy.
Mwah.
Are you not coming?
No, I can't come and sing goodnight. So, one thing that he actually did do just yesterday, he has like these magnets, right, that he sets up and builds with. Well, he built a laptop and a microphone and was sitting at his table podcasting.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I know it is. I love that kid. Anyway, guys,
So, I have something up
go for
here.
it. Go for it, man. I'll let you take the lead.
So, for those that don't know, they released a graphical comparison between the Xbox One X, PS4 Pro, and Stadia.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
And PS4 Pro is at 4.2 GPU teraflops. Xbox One X is at 6. Stadia was at 10.7.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty large leap.
It is.
It's almost double of the Xbox.
Right. And
So, yeah.
yeah, no,
It just came up when I was looking.
Stadia, dude. I remember covering that, and it was, I came back here to do an episode, and I was only going to do like a recap or like show some of my old gaming pickup videos, and that news came out, and I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't care, and then I saw a YouTuber made a video on it. I'm like, he's talking about this. Maybe this is something to look at. And so I read the article. I actually didn't watch the YouTube video. I saw that the fact that he made a video made me want to go actually read the article. And I read the article, and I was overwhelmed to the point where I actually, before I sat down to record that day, watched their whole presentation. It was almost like Super Mario Maker reaction that we had last week, where we just sat there, like with our mouths open. But
Yeah.
I really do think that in a way they all like these partnerships, they're looking to cross the streams because there's a new challenger has appeared,
Yes.
to challenge their gaming dominance. And Phil Spencer was quoted to being excited about the opportunities it presents to be working with PlayStation. Here's the thing, these guys, even though they have we have all these relationships and everything, a lot of these big CEOs and leaders and bosses and everything, a lot of these guys are very friendly with each other. They know each other. They're in the same industry together. They see each other a lot in passing and everything like that. So they very friendly. And a guy like a lot of these guys are gamers, and they love gaming. Phil Spencer has never been shy of saying he loves his Switch. He plays it, and
He has all of them.
yeah, he loves gaming.
He says, I'm a gamer. I love gaming, and I'm not gonna, I love all of the platforms.
And obviously, he is like, obviously, I love Xbox. He goes, I'm working to make Xbox the place to play, and I love playing on Xbox. But that doesn't mean that I don't love playing PlayStation games, and I don't love playing Nintendo games, because I've always loved playing those. I'm dedicated. I know what they're doing. I play those systems, and I'm like, we're gonna do better than that. And so that's what I really love about like, and unfortunately, your friend Reggie from Nintendo's gone. But we did get the big image last year at the Game Awards. We did get the image of the bosses, but. Before we shift gears and talk about some other stuff, we have some more Xbox news. We have 8 games getting added to Game Pass. Of course, last week I think I talked about games getting taken off of Game Pass. But we have some new games getting revealed, including Metal Gear Survive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here, let me play this garbage.
So there's that. There's the Banner Saga and Banner Saga 2. Those are RPGs. And Void Bastards, Dead by Daylight, Outer Wilds, Full Metal Furies, and Super Hot.
Super hot.
So we got some indies here as well. So if any of you have any reason to put yourself through any sort of amount of torture, Metal Gear Survive is available.
Right.
I can play it tonight, Mike. And I won't.
You should.
I
You
know.
should.
No, I refuse to play that game.
You should.
I absolutely refuse to play it.
I mean, I get that you hate it. I get that you hate the concepts. I get it. But you gotta play. You gotta stream it and be like, I absolutely loathe this. Because if we're gonna have a Make Mike Puke segment, we need to force Brandon to play games he absolutely hates.
Oh man.
Segment.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Just saying.
So Perfect Dark reboot might be in development.
I'm excited for that one.
Basically, I guess, this is articles from comicbook.com. Rumors of a new Perfect Dark, but alas, nothing's ever come of it. Hopefully, a new rumor will change that. According to alleged industry insider, there's indeed a Perfect Dark game in development, a reboot, to be more precise, and it may be revealed at E3 next month.
I would love to see a new Perfect Dark game.
Of course, we've also been hearing rumors about possible Banjo or Conquer game being in development. But, rumor also notes that the reboot will be third person rather than first person.
We'll see about that. I mean, Perfect Dark was kind of the second game to really adapt to the GoldenEye first-person shooter style. So I don't think they'll go away from that. But the one to note that is important as well is the fabled Fable game.
There's that as well.
So that's one I'm really looking forward to seeing boot back up.
The rumor also continues that the game will not be developed by Rare, but supervised by Rare. It's a similar situation with Battletoads, because I totally forgot that they're making a Battletoads game.
Yes.
That they announced, which is being developed by D Lala Studios under supervision of Rare. So
now, is it going to have the torturous freaking
bike
level? God, that level.
Good luck getting past it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, like, you have to have the timing down to almost milliseconds, because I remember there's one spot. It's literally right at the end. And you have to, like, jump. The timings have to be perfect. The movements have to be perfect. Like, it's just insane. But
sorry that I yawned. It's been a long week. So.
Yes, it has.
No, there. I got you.
I know you did. So I'm gonna introduce the next one.
Well, we're not there. I got one more Xbox thing, and then we're done.
Okay.
So really quickly, this article I saw today, which I believe. Okay, so this came out yesterday. So as of May 21st, classic Xbox game discounted at Microsoft in a huge backwards compatibility sale. Over 200 Xbox and Xbox 360 games are on sale.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I might actually look more into it. Of course, they're discounted by up to 75% on Polygon. They just collected a couple of games here. Street Fighter 4, Catherine, and Halo Reach are all $9.99. Red Dead Redemption is $9.89. Assassin's Creed, Far Cry 3, BioShock are all $8. Borderlands 2 is $8. Super Meat Boy is $7.50, along with Gears of War. Grand Theft Auto 4, $7. Mass Effect 2 is $6. And the best deal on here so far, Dragon Age Origins is $3.74.
Ooh.
Great deal for that. I'm actually
Halo Reach is a great game to pick up. It is the last good story by Bungie.
Mm-hmm.
It was it. That was it. So
this,
in my opinion,
this shows all the games that are on sale, but it doesn't list their prices. You might have to click on them once, because I went to Microsoft Store on my phone because I'm an idiot. So
I could do that on
Witcher 2. How much is C price? Witcher 2. $3 for Witcher 2. That's not a bad deal for that at all. And then, of course, they have a lot of other Assassin's Creed games as well. It seems like they have Assassin's Creed and Rogue. They have original Banjo-Kazooie and Nuts and Bolts. They have the Battlefields, Bad Company, and Bad Company 2 and 3, and all that kind of stuff is on here. And the original Beyond Good and Evil, BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite. Borderlands 1 and 2. Blue Dragon. Okay, how much is Blue Dragon? Blue Dragon is an awesome RPG made by the guy that created Final Fantasy.
And
$10.
And Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, well, yes. Designed by
graphical design
and music by the one and only Nobuo Uematsu. Bully. The Bully Scholarship Edition is $6. That's a great deal for that. That's a great game. And of course, these sales and these digital stuff, it's really good to have if you are one of the poor schmucks that bought the all digital version of the Xbox One. But again, like even if like you're not a physical collector, these games aren't really that big. Of course, we have Crisis 1, 2, and 3 on here as well. There's a lot of games. Dante's Inferno, the Dead Space trilogy, Dead Rising, more specifically Dead Rising 2. Destroy All Humans is on here.
Ooh.
How much is that, Mike? How much you want to wager?
$4.
$3 for Destroy All Humans. You can't beat that. Looks like there are 259 total titles. Dragon Age 2 is on here as well, Mike. Dragon Age 2 is, drumroll, $8. A little bit more for a lesser game. Fable Anniversary Edition, Fable 2 and Fable 3 are all on here. Anniversary Edition still runs for quite a bit, like for a physical. It's like $20, damn near 2020, which is $20 digital on here on sale. For some reason, that Anniversary Edition is just expansive. Far Cry, of course we already said Far Cry 3, but Blood Dragon is on here as well for the DLC. All the Gears of Wars are on here. GTA San Andreas is on here. Halo 3, ODST, Halo 4, Halo Wars, Halo Combat, the remake, Halo Reach, Halo Spartan Assault. Just kind of going through here. They have Lego Batman, Lego Batman 2, Lego Indiana Jones 1 and 2, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, Lost Odyssey, which is the other game, RPG, by the same dudes that we said earlier as Blue Dragon, and that game is $12.49. That deal's not as good as I would like. It's not too far from a physical copy for that.
I spent $10 on my physical copy.
I've seen it for higher than that, but I mean, if you can't find it, absolutely cannot find it, then go ahead. But
yeah, go check those out.
Yeah, please go check out. I mean, sales are always good. Sales are great to pick up games for really cheap, especially if you're like, man, I really want to beef out my Xbox collection on my digital stuff. Man, just check some of these out. There are tons of great games. We have two items on the topic, or on the docket. One.
There's three.
We have three. Oh, okay.
I have three.
Okay, you have three. We have leaks and rumors for a certain game. We have an epic fail, and something else from you. I can't remember what the other thing was from you.
I'll just go with the ones I've got, because one of them, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you got all these, but so World of Warcraft.
No, that thing.
15th anniversary collector's edition is back. Now, I want to make this clear. It is sold out on Amazon. But when you buy this, the Amazon description is about this product. What you get: a Ragnaros statue, a map of Azeroth, mousepad, fine art prints. That is all you get for $100. No. Sorry. Like, I love the statue. It looks really cool. But no, that's too much. But it is completely sold out. So,
I mean,
obviously it was good enough for everybody to buy it. But for me, literally, you're just buying, like, the prints are cool, but how many of you are really going to put your prints up? You're not going to put your prints up. The mouse pad is okay, cool. Like, you can buy one of those for $7-8, and it's not really like a really detailed map. And it comes with what it doesn't say in the description is it also comes with a 30-day basically credit on your account. Your credit on your account, $12.99. So you're paying $12.99. Let's say $14, $15 for the mouse pad. So you're quite literally paying like $50, $60 for that statue. Not worth it.
It was worth it to a lot, I guess.
It was worth it a lot. The next thing I have on the docket, Mario Kart Tour.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
So the Mario Kart series is coming to a phone near you. This looks like a Mario Kart game on your cell phone device. That's bad for me. I love Mario Kart. My wife every once in a while be like, let's play Mario Kart. And then she quickly realizes that I am stopping and letting her catch up because my wife is very competitive. And if I just absolutely blow her out of the water, she's done. And I'm really good. I think I'm really good at Mario Kart. I usually win online. So yeah, but this is on your phone.
Yeah.
So I believe that it'll have the motion controls, because you have a gyroscope in your iPhone or Samsung device. Actually, almost every phone has that now. And yeah, so this is going to be cool. It has a video. I haven't watched it because I'm afraid if I watch it, it'll kick on music. But it looks cool.
Yeah, and looks like you're gonna have a new game to be able to play at lunch or on your breaks instead of your little.
I won't. It'll be if it's online. I won't be able to.
Oh well, I mean, maybe you will be able to play it offline.
Yeah,
but I mean, I remember that coming out, and I'm definitely gonna have to watch that video after we're done to see how good it looks. Now I'm gonna bring up the Epic Game Store sale.
Okay.
Because we talked about it last week. It went live sometime right after our episode aired.
And while we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up.
And so I'm just going to read directly from the page. Epic Games' first Steam summer sale discount extravaganza has arrived. The Epic Mega Sale offers gamers many discounts, up to 75% off titles with an additional $10 off. Taken off for games that are $15 or more. While these certainly aren't bad deals for the consumers, it would appear that the publishers had an issue with the sale, pulling their games from the Epic storefront, including 2K, which pulled Borderlands 2 or 3 entirely from the store. They provided a statement regarding the matter, but did not offer an explanation as to why they stopped pre-orders on the platform. If you go to Epic Game Store right now to pre-order Borderlands 3, you'll be met with a coming soon instead of the ability to actually purchase the title. Shortly after the pre-orders were pulled, 2K provided Eurogamer with the statement, "We're working closely with Epic and have temporarily removed Borderlands 3 from their storefront. We look forward to the game being back on the Epic Game Store soon. Games bought during the mega sale will be honored at that price."
So I am now currently looking at this mega. I'm going to do this. Mega sale, okay? So this is a mega sale, and I watch this significantly because there's a couple games on here that I would like to get, but no, not for this. So one of the games is Metro Last Light Redux. It's a good deal. It's $5, $4.99. It's $20 normally. Quantum Dream is not on sale because the Heavy Rain is coming, and it's $20, but it's not on sale. Now, games that people care about. Metro Exodus. Brand new, just came out. Mm-hmm. It's $50 without the mega sale. With the mega sale, it's $44.99. Not that big of a difference. Tall Tale, The Walking Dead, the final season is $5 off right now for $14.99. Outward, I don't know how to explain it. What Outward is. It is normally $40. It is $31.99. So these are, to me, are games that gamers are looking at to buy. That's not a big enough sale. Like it's off.
Well, you have those, like you had Metro Exodus, which is 44, right?
Right. That's $5 off.
With an additional $10 taken off for it being over, like, so you go to purchase it, and then an extra 10 will be taken off.
If it's over $50.
If it's over that, if it's with additional, it says here, $10 taken off of games that are $15.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there it is, right there. We're giving you $10 off every game, $14.99 and up at checkout. So that is good. So you save 10 more.
35. So it'd be 35 for Metro Exodus. It's not bad.
Right. So that's not terrible. From what I hear, it's a good game, and it's not unbelievable, but it's still a good game. Now, the question is are some of these for the pre-purchase of Outer Worlds? It is $24.99. Is that honored in that deal? Because it doesn't have a sale tag on it.
Outer Worlds says it's $24.99.
$24.99.
Man, well then, yeah. If it's on
buy
there.
with discount, yep, it says buy with Epic discount, so it would be $14.99.
Man,
so
What
that's interesting.
I know. That's not a bad deal. Now, what I wanted to talk about is why. Why did 2K pull it? And well, the thing is that it's obvious that Epic did not clear this with 2K.
By the way, the Outer Worlds that I'm talking about is not the new Outer Worlds.
Oh, okay.
That's not okay. So so let me clarify this for all those listening, because probably people are like, holy shit, that game's not even out yet. Outer Worlds is a different game. The Outer Worlds is the one by Obsidian Entertainment. That is on here, but it says coming soon. A lot of these games that were on here, they're like, hey, we're on here. Now they have coming soon. They don't have pre-purchase anymore. It's coming soon. Just so you know. Like, and there's a couple other games that have been pulled from here that I see. Annoying 18 whatever it is, 85. I want to say it's 1885, 1884. Somebody's going to say you're wrong, but that's fine. A new game by Ubisoft, I believe. It's like a what's the freaking game? I know the game. The real-time game that everybody loves that's super old from ancient times. I'm drawing a stupid blank here. Anyways.
Age of Empires?
Yes.
And what's it called?
Annon 18.
1885?
I think it's 18.
Oh, 1800.
It's 1800. Yeah. So that's been,
1800. Okay.
that was on there. That has been pulled. You can't even find it on the Epic Games Store now.
Yeah, because that just came out.
That was one of their big games to have on here, with Metro Exodus as well. And they're not here.
Yeah.
No Borderlands. No that either.
Yeah, so like Epic Games Store obviously didn't clear this with 2K. And with 2K, essentially the way that I look at this is that they want their pre-orders, man. They don't want this. Now, I've heard that the $10 is coming from Epic's cut, not the developers, but you also have like a perceived value thing where like when I saw Tomb Raider on sale for $30 a month after it came out, discounted for 30, half off, and then for a week, and then it went back up to 60. I'm not buying that game for $60.
Nope.
Hell no. I
Not
like
when
the
you
game.
Just had a sale.
Yeah, no, I like it. I didn't get a chance to, I'm not buying it on PC, which that was a sale, but like once I see it lower than its stock price, if I'm not at the point where I'm going to pick it up that day for $60, and I'm waiting. And then, of course, after that, then it's an impulse buy. It's like, man, I really want to play that or whatever. If I see it on sale, I'm instantly disinclined to buy it. And I totally understand why 2K pulled Borderlands, because they want, I mean, it's been a while since the last Borderlands game. And they want this to do well. And they want that because that first month, typically, is that's your money month. That's the month you make all your money. You're still gonna make some money after that, holidays and stuff like that. Probably gonna discount a little bit. I'm not saying you're not gonna make any money off it after that, but that's the majority of the return of the investment is the first 30 days. And if people are seeing that pre-order for Borderlands 3, you can get it for $50. And then after the sale, it's back up to 60. Like, man, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait. They don't want that.
They also, one of the newer games that hasn't came out yet that's on here to note is the Sunken City. It is going with the buy with Epic discount. So you can get $10 off. That's a pre-purchase game. $60. You get it for $50. That's one of the few that I see on here. That is a big title.
Yeah.
A bigger title.
So there was another title that got pulled too, and I want to think, was it called Bloodlines or Blood something?
It's called Blood. Hold on. It's Bloodlines 2.
Bloodlines 2. Yeah.
Another game, actually. Darksiders 3 is still on here.
Interesting.
And you can get the discount with it. And it is... I mean, it just came out not too long ago. Well, I guess it has been a long time now. 4 months?
Darksiders 3?
Yeah.
I don't even remember when it came out. I'll be honest with you. Darksiders 3. They came out in November.
I'm looking.
November.
So it's been 6 months.
Yeah. I guess maybe next time you're going to do something like this, you're going to clear it with the dudes before you start doing this, because this doesn't set like this. I'm not saying that it's going to hurt relations, but you gotta talk about this kind of stuff, dude. Yet another hiccup for the Epic Game Store.
Yes, but it's one of those things like they're brand new, and this is their first sale they've ever had. Like this. So
I know.
At a certain point, they kind of get the first mulligan, but I'm gonna make this clear. But gamers don't forget. They are gonna be like, "You screwed that up. Why would I go to you? You're screwing things up." It's like, it's their first time, guys. Like, they don't know any better.
Yeah, well, see, and they should. If
they should.
If they're going to be doing this, then they should. The sale comes to an end on June 13th. So get on there and grab your games while you can. If you're into the Epic Game Store, if you're on PC, I know that a lot of people aren't. So take that as it will. And of course, the big Steam sale starts up here at the end of June. So I mean, don't. So I guess you might not want to spend all your money just yet, but there's something that you and me are both going to spend a lot of money on, Mike, and that's going to be our last topic for the day.
Well, I got one more.
You got one more?
I told you I had 3. I've only done 2.
All right. What's your last one?
Sword and Shield. Pokemon Sword and Shield
that thing.
Screenshots have been leaked. The one that I have up, which we don't have available for you guys, is a picture of your Poke trainer in front of a cottage. It's a female, and it looks good. I will. I don't know if I can send this to you. I'm going to send it to you. It's a video, but you can at least look at the. Oh, that's not what I wanted to send you.
You just
Try
said
that again. Anyways, so they show a nice image of it. It's a video, so you can see more. But it looks really good. I mean, it looks really good. I'm not a Pokemon guy. Never have been. Sorry, guys. I know I'm a huge like Final Fantasy fan, so you would think Pokemon. I'm not. But it looks good. It looks like it's gonna do well. I mean, it's a Pokemon game. First Pokemon game that you can play on your console at home
or on the go.
or on the go. So technically, it's the both of best of both worlds. Wow, tongue twister for me. Anyways, so the last thing we have.
FF7.
Yeah, you're right.
So a few weeks ago, we got to do a live reaction to the Sony State of Play or PlayStation State of Play. And at the very end, we had our first teaser trailer for FF7 Remake. For the first trailer, the first gameplay we've seen at all in the last couple of years because of the complete restart of it. So, some leaks. A recent report hinted that the upcoming title dropping at some point over the next 10 months.
I finally got it to send to you.
Oh, the Pokemon thing?
Yeah.
Of course. Right after we're not talking about it anymore.
Yeah, but just so you can get a look at it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It
No,
don't look great. It don't look bad.
I mean, the graphics look great for a Pokemon game.
Yeah. Pokemon's always had that color with the black outline style.
Yeah.
So they kept that style. But anywho.
Yeah, over the next 10 months. So that would be kind of what I said. Probably in or around early next year. Probably before the end of the fiscal year, right? Probably pretty similar to Kingdom Hearts release, January, February, right?
Big question.
What?
Where are they stopping? How many entries?
Well, the leak pretty much. See, I saw something this morning that said there was a leak that said there would be 2. And that the first one would stop around Eris's death.
Perfect stopping place, as we
Yes.
stated before.
And even though there's more story in the first half than there is in the second, there's a lot of stuff that they've done supplementally to add in that you could do for you could separate and with the creation with the whole cutscenes and voice acting, you can add a lot of character stuff for all the characters that seems to go by a lot quicker in the original game. Like going to space with Sid, and going through that entire character arc with him, going through Vincent's arc, actually expanding on those because since in the original game they are supplemental characters, Vincent and Yuffie, you can expand on their stories and make it more to where they integrate with the overall arcing story.
Guys, don't forget, do your master materias.
So
Because the space one is the first place you can get a master materia.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's important. That becomes very important later on.
Yeah, the huge materia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But it becomes your master summon, master command, master whatever.
Yep.
Unless you want to actually take the time and grind them out. There's only a few that you absolutely have to grind out. One of those would be the command materia, I believe. Unless you beat Ruby Weapon.
Emerald gives you the master.
Was it Ruby?
Ruby.
Well, it's a master, but is it master command? I'm pretty sure Ruby is master command.
Mm-mm.
And master magic is from Emerald.
Nope.
We're looking it up. Continue on.
Emerald is master magic, master summon, master command. Ruby gives you a gold chocobo.
Yeah, you're right. I don't have to look it up now that I remember.
And then if you want to go grind, you do have to grind all of them. And if you go to the blue one, you get Bahamut 0. If you already have Bahamut and Neo Bahamut, you don't have to master them, you just get it. And then if you master out all your green magics, then you get master magic if you touch the green huge.
Yep.
Same with the summons, you got to master out all your summons and touch the red. The commands are a bitch because then you have enemy skill.
Enemy skill is the freaking hard one.
And you need to get that one.
because there's 3 that if you don't get it, you can never get it again.
Yeah, I think so.
2 of them are bosses. I think all 3 of them are bosses. I know one of them is in the caverns up north. And that's the
Pandora's
one...
box and something like that. And Ultima, Shadow Flare. But then you also get that up north as well. Okay, so going back to the leak. The leak in question came from someone claiming to be an employee at the El Segundo, California location for Square Enix. They took to Reddit to share information, and while the original post has since been deleted, the internet never forgets.
No, it does not. Because once that shit touches the screen, there's somebody out there with a click bot that's already got it going. He's literally like, search FF7 leaks a million times a minute. So yeah, doesn't matter. If it touches the internet, it's there forever.
So another Redditor was able to secure the leaked information and relayed it onto another post. One thing that the leak does mention is that the remake will be episodic and consist of 2 episodes. So 2 parts, just like we said. And there will be some changes to character designs, which, here's a list of things that was leaked. Sephiroth is very limited in what is shown of him until the calm flashback. Before this, you only hear his voice and see glimpses of him during Cloud's breakdowns, just like we saw in the teaser at the reactor.
Yes.
Monster designs for a lot of the enemies will mostly remain recognizable. Some do not even make an appearance. For example, there will be no ghost enemies in the train yard.
So what enemies are going to be in the train yard?
Conductors. Out of work rail workers.
Because that's an important place to grind for leveling.
I always kind of grinded for limits and enemy kills. I grinded not there. I didn't grind there. No, it was on the way to sector on the way to Mall Market.
That's the one that I grind because it used to give you multiple ghosts, like 4 or 5.
Well, where I would grind, it would give me if you were lucky, you wouldn't get the house because that's only one enemy. But if you were lucky, you would get like 4 or 5 of the damn like little guys that you can just kill them once in one cast of a bolt or fire.
Right.
Anyway, the design for Tifa is also true to the original outfit, but her face appears mostly similar to her Advent Children design, but slightly more Western. Materia also shows up on her gloves.
That's cool. I wonder if Materia will show on your sword.
That'd be cool.
Because the Buster Blade has the 2 spots that's like huge, and it'd be cool to like. I'm almost going to run around most of the time with the Buster Blade just because of nostalgia.
I bet they won't even. You know what? If I were them, I wouldn't even have weapon replacements. I wouldn't upgrade the strength skill that way. I would keep your base weapons and keep your weapons the same, and then upgrade your strength differently. That way, you don't have to worry about animating so many different swords and guns and everything like that.
Well, there's not that many in the game.
Well, there are quite a few swords. There's a buttload of swords, and
yeah, but not what you see today in games. Like maybe 20, 25.
Yeah, I mean, one of them is a bat with nails in it.
A lot of them are pretty simple designs, but which one is it? The one that's the crystal sword?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that one on his back because it would look cool.
It would, but then like you also have like the Buster Blade that he uses is iconic. And then it was always kind of seemed like the other weapons were just like, because anytime that you saw cutscenes or like things play out, he would always pull the Buster Blade, even if you didn't have the Buster Sword anymore. So,
it's one of those items you can never get rid of. Like if you got rid of it, shame on you.
Yeah, right. So Kate Sith appears to be pronounced Ket Sith or Ket She. Of course, that came through on, was that Dirge of Cerberus? Ket She. But has undergone a no major overhaul design. His fighting style is more close up, so he's a close encounter dude, and does have his bars for limit breaks. The like the
his
slots.
Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Or not Russian, but his roulette bar.
Yeah.
Or slot bars. I'm sorry, slots.
Sid does not appear to be smoking, but you see evidence that he does. He clearly is upset with Shara, but toned down the aggressiveness in this one compared to the original, as they felt it was unnecessary.
He did kind of go a little crazy on her.
Yeah, sit down, drink your goddamn tea.
Yeah. And the smoking, I mean, I'm sure that's for
rating.
You don't want kids to be seeing a character they like smoking, so I get that. But for us to see the little ashtray sitting here and there, and cigarette butts on the ground, we'll get it.
Well, and when you see use of tobacco products, that is listed as a rating. So that's probably just one thing that they're just skating by. Don't have to worry about that printed on the damn box. Yuffie and Vincent are no longer optional. You can miss them up to a certain point where they become mandatory to get. You automatically get Yuffie if you have not gotten her before Rocket Town, for example. And like very interesting there. Cloud will...
That means there's some interaction with her and Sid.
Probably, maybe, I don't know.
Or somebody in that town.
Cloud will have a dress and wig in one particular scene. We know which one that is. But it's fade to black getting in and out of it. So you don't see him getting all dressed up. It's worth noting that this is just a rumor and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? It does not seem like... This doesn't seem like anything that is like outlandish to me at all.
It seems like this is a viable leak. The only thing that I'm like, what are they going to do would be the episodes. So the 2 episodes make sense to us. We've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
That you have to end the first episode. You almost have to end the first episode with Eris's death. But after that point, there's not a whole lot. A lot of it's just open world. There's a lot of story, but there's a lot of traveling, and the world becomes open, and
Yeah. I personally, this makes me, if this is true and it's 2 episodes, it makes me feel a lot better about the game. Because that means that we're not going to have 30 hours of wandering around one continent. It means we're, it's going to be, whereas it would take you 15, like 20, 25 hours, maybe 20 hours to beat the first disc. It's going to take 30 hours, maybe even longer, with all the story stuff they've added in, with all the cutscenes, with all the grinding that you want to do. They've added, of course, you'll be at Gold Saucer. You'll be able to walk around there, play games, and do stuff there. Not do chocobo racing. They might let you do it, but maybe, who knows? Maybe it all depends on how they restructure and rebalance.
Question is how is the open world going to look?
Right.
Because to open world that entire game, that would be...
It'd be huge. And I honestly would not be surprised if they don't open world it.
I think that they might do a top down.
Well, here's what just hear me out. In a lot, like, I think about like a world, but make it more like FF10, where you have big areas. You have big areas, but then you also have big areas that make it seem like you're traveling and going from place to place. But these are only the areas that you can go to. Like you have a path. You have a big path, and then sometimes you get to a big open field. It's like, wow, I could run around and do anything. But really, you're on a limited plane, a limited plane where you can like go to this big field, and then out in the distance there, and you run up to it. There's your chocobo farm, and then and then after you leave there, you run over to the right, and then the next big area is the swamp with the snake, and you got to get across there. I could see them doing that where they take the world and they take these big landmark places, and they just, instead of it being like a world map, it's like, okay, we're gonna make this a big open area where you can go and you can run around, but it's not a map; it's an area.
We'll see. I don't know what they're gonna do exactly, but we shall see.
Yeah, man. Well, that's all I got. That's all we got for this week.
Righty.
It always seems like it's like, man, like coming up to it, it's like, what are we going to talk about? And then, quite literally, we almost had the entire show, in the first 2 hours today. that we talked to each other. The way that we talked it out was almost just the way that we talked about it here, if not a little bit better. If not a little bit better, because it was more of your gut reactions. However, we did find out a little bit more about how the SSD works, which is cool because we got to elaborate on that just a little bit. But with that being said, I think that is all there is to do and discuss for this week here on the Game Addicts Podcast. If this is your first time checking us out, we post every single week. Of course, we're live every single Wednesday on our Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/Game Addicts Play, as well as our Facebook page. We live stream the show. You guys can comment along if you want, and we'll answer you if we can. If we see it, hopefully we do. And if not, we always try to catch it towards the end and respond to anything there at the end of the show. And then, of course, if you missed the live stream, if you missed us, well, I mean, we're at podcast services all around the globe. Like I mentioned at the beginning, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, all those places. Go check us out and download us, as well as YouTube on Fridays. The live stream and audio only is there, along with all of our gameplay stuff that we do. And then we put that there. Go search the Game Addicts Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe. Help us grow the channel over there. And check us out on our social medias at Game Addicts Play, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. With that being said, that's all the plugs. That's all I got, Mike.
All right.
All I got. Until next time, until next week, we are inching ever closer to E3. It's not going to be next week's episode, but I think the week after that, we're going to be doing our big E3 preview, where we're going to be counting down and looking at everything that's going to be there and making some predictions.
Oh, yeah. I've got my prediction list.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, guys, until next week, I've been Brando.
And I've been Mike.
Game on, guys. Have a good one. Later.